A term like post-Christian implies that Christians have never faced anything like what we are facing now. Such a term has always seemed to me terribly ignorant of church history, especially the history of the church in its first 3 centuries. It was during this time that the churches in the Roman Empire faced a hostile culture, and they looked to their own resources, derived from the scriptures and general revelation, to serve as salt and light in a world that hated them. What Jim Belcher is offering us in this book is a word of hope for American churches as they seek to recover their mission to be salt and light in a culture that is on the brink of an open civil war rather than a subtle one. Belcher's quadrant system, in which he skillfully diagnoses American social divisions and identifies a new vital center that serves as a beacon through the storm of strife we are confounded by, outlines the contours of American divisions in the early 21st century and offers a productive way forward. Our times are not unprecedented. Christ's bride has, by His grace, faced myriads of grave existential challenges, many of them like the ones she is faced with today. She has not only survived, she has thrived. This is in fulfillment of the Lord's promise that the gates of Hades will not overpower it. Matthew chapter 16, verse 18, New American Standard Bible. Belcher's work on our current state of affairs in cultural discourse, marked by hyper-partisanship, incivility, and political, social, and moral instability, contributes a needed perspective born of clear, careful, and charitable thinking. It is reflective of deep thought and research that has obviously been ongoing for many years, and I'm certain it will spur further dialogue among scholars in the academy and citizens in the public square for years to come. Introduction. America is in the midst of a cold civil war. Unlike a hot war that uses tanks and bullets, this cold civil war is about cultural conflict, the clash of worldviews, protests, and riots. It's about 2 rival views of America, 2 different views of the Constitution, 2 opposing cultures, and 2 ways of life. Because of this cold civil war, America is coming apart at the seams. As Jonathan Haidt says in his best-selling book, The Righteous Mind, the country now seems polarized and embattled to the point of dysfunction. We see this polarization on cable news, social media, talk radio, and in our national politics. It's like the 2 sides in the conflict are talking about 2 different countries and 2 different political realities. As Haidt contends, over the past decade and a half, there has been a decline in the number of people calling themselves centrists or moderates, a rise in the number of conservatives, and a rise in the number of liberals. He says we are in the middle of a culture war that is tearing at the national fabric, the unity needed to sustain a workable democratic republic. A 2018 report, Hidden Tribes, a study of America's polarized landscape, found that America is deeply factionalized, and Washington is gripped by a sense of permanent crisis regularly compared to that of the Watergate era. The authors believe this reflects America's profound polarization, in which any and every issue can be channeled into an us versus them conflict between warring factions, and where partisan ends justify any means. By the middle of 2020, the last year of the Donald Trump presidency, after months of urban protests and riots, the pandemic crisis engendering widespread conflict over masks and medicine, and hourly online battles on social media, America was deeply divided, obvious to everyone. Random strangers got into shouting matches in grocery stores over masks. Some people wore masks while driving alone in their cars, and some never wore masks at all, each showing solidarity to their political tribe.